Prioritizing UI items for bidirectional design system development, a suggested set of criteria and its implementation. Recent years in design system proliferation in technology companies around the world, spread of technology in bidirectional languages, as well as growing number of bidirectional users raise the need for development of a design system for bidirectional interfaces. Bidirectional languages pose an additional challenge to design systems. Those languages mix native right-to-left script with left-to-right limits. To avoid user mistakes for the bidirectional design system should include an additional guideline, the recommended direction of the UI item. Due to linguistic differences between bidirectional languages, the nature of bidirectional users' perception, identifying the optimal direction of your items becomes a hard task, which in most cases requires a usability study with native bidirectional speakers. However, this is, like all research, is subject to limited resources. Hence, there is a need to prioritize and cost justify which UI items should be studied at first. Whereas cost justification has been considered for usability practice, it has never been used towards studying the directionality of UI items in bidirectional interfaces. The purpose of our study was to prioritize research on problematic UI items. We asked the questions, given the restricted research resources, which UI items should be studied first? What are the criteria for these decisions? We conducted a series of 5 online focus groups with HCI professionals. 16 participants were Hebrew speakers who worked in Israel and had experience in bidirectional interface design and usage. 6 participants were Russian speakers who didn't have any experience in bidirectional interface design and usage. Each focus group consisted of introduction parts, individual task, and group discussion. The analysis was carried out by 2 researchers and included 3 stages. We defined 7 criteria for future empirical research on the directionality of UI items in bidirectional languages. The criteria and experts' recommendation contributed to the UI items prioritization. Among the most recommended UI items for inclusion in empirical evaluation with bidirectional users and in bidirectional design systems were backward and forward icons, date and time ranges, star rating, and timeline. In contrast, the UI items least recommended for inclusion in evaluation studies were icons for bus, delivery, phone, and shopping cart. The list of identified UI items will serve as an input to the further step, in which the desired directionality of UI items will be evaluated. The findings of this evaluation in turn will be the basis for developing design guidelines for bidirectional interfaces and benefit hundreds of millions of bidirectional users. In general, our study opens prospects for further research on the prioritization of design and usability issues. Thank you for your attention. If you have questions about our work, please feel free to contact us.